Drawn Together is a very special book for me, and it came based on my experience with my own family. My family is originally from Vietnam, but I was born in the U.S. And growing up, my grandparents spoke mostly Vietnamese, and I spoke mostly English. So I spent a lot of time at their house and in their home, and we loved each other so much, and yet we didn't know how to talk to each other about that, right? So I grew up with this dissonance of both feeling very close to my grandparents, but also feeling very distant at the same time because we didn't know how to communicate on a very basic level. So I wanted to write a book that both captured that depth of love and connection while also recognizing some of the challenges that could come with it. What I didn't know at the time is that Dan had the same experience with his grandmother because she lived in Thailand and spoke mostly Thai, or maybe exclusively Thai. And so he had that same language barrier and had to find ways to try to connect with her over time. Um, so that story is very personal to me, and it's been wonderful to share with people because as a writer, and all through till this book came out, pretty much that inability to communicate felt like this personal failure and burden that I was carrying. But having the book out in the world has given me the opportunity to connect with other people who have had similar experiences because I'll go to a reading and then inevitably afterwards someone will come up and say, "Oh, this reminds me so much of my childhood," or "I speak English with my grandparents, but we're not able to connect just because we can't find that common ground until we were able to find a mutual love of cooking or music or art." And so having a book out in the world like that has made me feel less alone. And what's even more gratifying for me is this is a book about the inability to connect with someone in your life. And then seeing classrooms and families use the book as a way of connecting with the people in their lives. I've had so many people reach out and say, we read this book and we immediately called our grandparents, or we immediately decided we needed to get together with our grandmother who we haven't talked to in a long time. And then I'll get pictures of kids and their grandparents drawing together, painting together. And the fact that this book, which was born out of that distance, is being used to close that gap for other families means the world to me. And I can't think of a better tribute to my grandparents than that.
For more author interviews, please visit readingrockets.org. This author interview was produced through a partnership of the National Education Association and WETA.